The ICF Canoe Sprint World Championships are brought to you by the Province of Ontario, the Government of Canada, and Tourism Niagara.
Welcome back to Canoe Niagara 2013. The next race is race number 20, Heat 1 of the C2 Junior Men's 1,000 meter.
Well, I'm really excited about this event, Tom. In lane 1, Mexico's Velasco and Silva. Lane 2 is the Czechs, Hadjic brothers. Lane 3, the Russians, Shurinkin and Leonatev. Lane 4, the Poles, Kidoeski and Barniak. Lane 5, Romania, George and Jausku. Lane 6, Hungary's Kaut and Hadju. We saw Kaut earlier in the C1. USA's Gay and Bert in lane 7. And lane 8's Tomar and Shaw from India.
Yeah, this Czech crew that we can see right here are going to be strong. There's a young Czech crew that is a force on the senior team. These guys are coached by one of the best canoers of all time, Martin Doctor. They know how to paddle and they know how to be fast. Let's pay attention to Russia in lane 3 in the blue boat. They are going to be fast. They were first at the European Championships with a blistering time for a junior of 3:42. So that's going to be a fast crew to watch. I think them and the Czechs are going to be the class of the field, but Romania also is very fast, a long tradition of excellent canoers from Romania.
Well, this is an important race for Canadians because our crew comes up in the next heat, so pay attention to the time here. First 3 direct to the final. Very important placings.
And off the start, I was remiss not to mention Hungary in lane 6, another powerful nation. This is a very stacked heat. Lots of power. Watch the Hungarians in the white boat, lane 6. Excellent, excellent paddling for these guys. Look at how smooth that boat is. Excellent Hungarian technique. Here we have lane 8.
Yeah, the Indian crew of Gorev Tomar and Kumar Shah. And right beside these guys is an American crew with a great Canadian connection in lane 7 in the blue jerseys. Nick Barrett paddles for Sonobe Canoe Club from the Maritimes. Nice paddler and his partner Zach Gay, but you're going to see the real challenge coming from the Romanians in lane 5 and the Hungarians in lane 6 right beside the American crew.
There's a good shot of the field. The Hungarians in the green and the white. Green tops, white boat on your left. Next to them are the Romanians. Very strong crew there. And then the Poles. I mean, all these countries have such history paddling. The Romanian crew, very tall athlete in the front. Sometimes it's great to be a big, tall guy. Sometimes it's hard. If you can control that body, you've got such a great lever to use that you can generate tons of power. But we'll see the Hungarians on the left right now. Best guess is that they are just in front of the field.
Well, you're going to see in lane 3 the Russians, Shurinkin and Leontiev, really start to hammer away. But on their inside in the blue boat is the Czech team. But this is the Hungarians in the white boat. And great shot of the field here. But here we go with the Hungarian team in lane number 6, Kaut and Hadju. Kaut is a real big, strong kid. He was in the C1 race earlier, and you know he means business. Look at this for those guys.
Just pay attention to the front of the boat in these images. Watch the way it glides through the water. You want to see a bit of a surge up, a little bit of a surge right at the catch. The boat lifts out of the water, but it should be smooth, a very smooth motion. And the Hungarians are doing this perfectly. There's no surprise to me that through the 500, they are a boat ahead of lane 5 Romania, who is neck and neck with lane 4 Poland, followed closely by Russia and the Czech crew in lane 2.
You know, I like the insight we're getting here to get these ISO shots on these crews because the Canadian boat's coming up in the next race, Tom, and I like our chances, especially with what I see here. Our Canadian guys are going to be right in the mix here with these guys. These Hungarians are strong, but the Canadian crew's got heart, and I like what's coming up in the next race.
Now watch the stroke rates on these boats. It's a little easier in the canoe to see the different rates different athletes are putting out. Oftentimes in a canoe race, you'll actually see 2 boats that are next to each other paddling at exactly the same time, and yet one boat will be moving faster. And the reason it's doing that is because of connection. It's the hip connection that I've talked about before. Hip connection through the boat. You're using the paddle as a lever to throw that boat forward each stroke. The Russians in 3 look like they're making a bit of a move here, which isn't surprising. They're always going to be strong. Look at how smooth their boat is. Watch the front of the boat. You don't want to see the nose coming out of the water, just surging up. And this is a very tight race at the 200. The Hungarians have about a half boat, but in 200 meters in a C2 race, anything can happen. They have a half boat over lane 5, Romania, followed in 3rd by the Russians here in lane 3. These guys, or the Czechs, excuse me, in lane 3. Oh no, it is the Russians in lane 3. Picking it up, going for the finish. They want to win this. First goes directly to the final. In fact, 1 to 3 directly to the final. 4 to 7 to the semifinals. So the top 3 boats here are all vying. That Polish crew was fighting for that third spot to get direct to the final.
The placings in this race, Tom, will determine who gets the lane seedings for the finals. But top 3 advance directly to the finals. And look at the Hungarian crew coming in for a finish here, Tom, in lane number 6 in the white boat. And to their left in the blue boat is the Russian crew in lane 3. But the Romanians in lane 5 are going to be third. Great race for these 3 boats.
Yeah, that was a really nice race for those crews. I am very impressed by the skill of that Hungarian crew displayed. They looked very relaxed going through the line, despite the fact that the guy in the front of the sport, like paddling, wind always changes. Here are your results. At 3:42, similar time to the one that won the Europeans. It's a fast time in C2.